Good evening. What a Saturday you've had here at Fandom 2023. Have you guys enjoyed yourselves today? Good, that's what I like to hear. Now, my name is Lee, also known as Magical Lee. If you do not know me, but tonight I am your gracious host, Kyodra Rengoku. And we're going to do some matchmaking tonight. I say we're up for that about now. Now, Mitsuri did give me some tips since she's the love Hashira, but I am the flame Hashira, so I guess we could say I'm fanning the flames of love tonight. Or hopefully this could go very wrong and we could walk away with no one in love. You never know what's going to happen. So tonight, a very strange phenomenon has happened in our dear universe, and several characters from different media that we love have all appeared here with the same mission, a quest for true love, or maybe just a good time. They are not always one and the same. Now, before we dive in for this super special spicy matchmaking fun, this is the 18+ dating game for a reason. So I'll say this once more, if you're not 18 or up, please escort yourself elsewhere for other fun. Nobody, all right. The poor lad in the front was very confused when I was trying to explain to him why he couldn't be here. But why? I'm like, you're too young to know. Things may get a little hot in here, and I'm all ready because I'm the flame Hashira, but also just because I am excited. So, these awesome people over here are going to do some entertainment for you, so get ready. It might get a little dirty, to be honest. All right, so thank you for coming, and well, we actually haven't done that part yet. So hang on to your butts, and here we go. I will introduce you to our dear contestants for tonight. Now first, he's all fired up to find that special someone who can make his flames burn brighter in a sweet unison raid of the heart. Will you become this dragon's royal charge? Because he will be sure to treat you like one. It's Natsu Dragneil, a fairy tale wizard. Oh, no, sir. We're already getting ahead of ourselves.
I apologize. Happy might start stripping me in the middle of the panel. He's a little excited for me to find someone special.
Well, we're all excited, so I'm happy to hear it. Now, who do we have next? We need a couple more. Oh, watch out, you bunch of remarkable renegades. This electric blonde, the blonde, is here and ready to find his spark. It's everyone's favorite short-circuiting hero, Denki Kaminari. Woo! Anything to say, Shy Boy? Are you prepared for this?
I don't think everyone's prepared for me.
Well, at least he is honest, so we can prepare ourselves. Now, how about we mix it up a little bit? We got two boys up here, so how about a nice, beautiful lady arriving as the number 5 hero. She's got legs for days that she uses for powerful kicks, but that's not all. This bunny's fighting spirit is infectious. The rabbit hero, Mirko. You know this girl is dedicated to looking good. Anything to say for yourself, Mirko, about being here tonight?
I pity you.
Okay, she's coming on strong. And finally, we have a soul who is looking for love, and all of these contestants will be vying for their heart. Now, we have arriving on the east wind from London. Ingrid is a magical woman who's a spoonful of sugar and a spoonful of spice, who's prim and proper, like she wants to be, and is practically perfect in every way. So let's welcome Miss Mary Poppins. How do you feel about tonight? Do you think you're going to find the love of your life?
It's quite possible. Anything can happen if you let it.
Keeping our options open. I like it. So our dear bachelorette is going to be the one poking the brains of our little lovers over here. So, bachelorette, we have some excellent people. What questions do you want to ask to get to know them a little better?
Well, as you know, practically perfect in every way. How do you measure up? What 5 words would you use to describe yourself?
What 5 words would you use to describe yourselves? That's a tough one.
Well, this is contestant number 1 speaking. It's very nice to meet you. The 5 words that I would use to describe myself are fiery, spicy, feisty, determined, and very loyal.
And is that a strong, sweet one? I wasn't expecting that. Oh, a man of many qualities. What does number 2 think? 5 words to describe yourself. It's okay, you've got it in you. I know it.
Well, you gotta be a little electric when you're in this line of work. You definitely have to have a sense of humor, so definitely funny.
You have 3 more words.
Take your time, Denki. It's all right. 3 more words. This man's not much of himself. Change that. The confidence. A little playful. Now we're starting to get the inside info. Yeah, confidence. That's a real bro right there. Definitely. Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh my. Well then. That's all right.
That's to the next one.
Sure thing. While you have your little bromance going on, maybe take the stage and say a couple words about this.
Well, like you said, legs for days. I'm the hottest bunny in any given room. And I kick all the ass.
Confident woman. What do you think about that, bachelorette? We got some interesting mixed answers here.
I rather like that. You could also all add rebellious, because I'm not sure that any of you actually said 5 words, but honestly. Bravo. Takes the guts. Okay. So some more brand information. What do each of you do for a living? I'm not going to name any names, but my last audit member didn't really have a stable job, and it was kind of problematic. Not for it, but it was, a lifestyle. So what do you do for work? Do you have, say, funds under your belt, are you independently built? What's the finances?
So I am in a guild. I'm sorry, I'm contestant number 1. It's nice to be talking to you again. I'm in a guild, and there are jobs aplenty, and I take them every other day. And the added bonus is I don't really care about the money, so if you want it, it's all yours. I don't need much to live on.
I like that. What else do we have on the table? What about you, number 2? What do you do for a living?
Well, I play villains, and as you know, there's more every day, so very stable job. I do have fun shocking some people.
Oh, like in an emotional way, like shock, gas, or like physical gas, but shocking.
Up to the person.
Keeping our options open, I see. What do you do for a living, my dear?
I, too, am a professional hero.
number 5 in Japan.
I mean, top 5, that's all you really need to know. She must be good.
Does that kind of sound like what you're looking for in the career department from a lover, Mary?
Well, I got to say, I'm a high flyer myself, so to speak. There, not like that. Okay, moving on. Speaking of jobs, you probably know, I'm a nanny. How do you feel about kids? You can answer this any way you want. I realize it sounds weird, but answer it any way you want. Our answer says something about you.
Well, this is contestant 1 again. Honestly, I like kids. They're pretty cool. I actually hatched my partner, and I did try sitting on him. That didn't work. But he turned out mostly all right. He just really likes fish.
Hatching? Can you, like, extrapolate on that?
Yeah, he was in an egg.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he
makes
hatched out of
sense.
the egg. Perfect.
Of course.
I found it. Yeah.
That's what you.
They say the found family is the best family sometimes, right?
Well, number 2, what do you think about kids?
I deal with them enough at work, saving them. Don't really care to deal with more.
Fair.
Totally
fair.
Relate.
What do you think about children?
Well, have you ever heard the phrase multiply like rabbits?
As a matter of fact, I have.
It rings true.
It's one of the few words, but they say so much.
That's all the work. Do you have them?
Not right now, no.
As in, they're missing? As a nanny, I feel morally obligated to, maybe to suggest that you take a moment to go look for them. I mean, this isn't really that important.
I'm sure their nanny is taking good care of them.
Sounds a little ominous, to be honest. But I got cute and try to still my love life we're dealing with. Just watch out for that one.
Fair enough.
What do you think, Bachelorette? What else do you want to know about these strangers?
Well, more follow-up work questions. I know, terrible, but the reason I asked about the money thing is because even though my employer literally is a financier and has bank in his name, he pays me coupons. And I also don't get great benefits, but every second Tuesday I have off, so that's date night. Where would we go on our first date? And what would we do?
First. Well, for our first date, I would have to pick you up at the guild hall because, well, I can't say her name. The bartender makes the best strawberry shortcake. And yes, we would start with dessert because all of the ladies in my guild have told me that that is the only way to start a date, and I trust them, okay? If they tell me how to get a girl, I will listen to them.
I do love a good raspberry ice.
And then from there, I will take you through a lovely stroll through my town. Preferably this will happen during the Rainbow Cherry Blossom Festival, when all of the cherry blossom trees are glowing in rainbow colors. I hear that it's a very romantic festival and a sight to behold. My city absolutely goes crazy over it every year. I did accidentally fight somebody there once, but I won't this time. I will control myself for you.
Accidentally fight or fight some, and how do you accidentally do either of those things? I'm sorry, I need to ask a follow-up question. It seems to me.
Well, the fighting might have involved a little bit of fighting, but it was originally a fight. You see, I ran into them, and then they wanted me to apologize, and they didn't like the apology because I might have been a little aggressive.
Well then, okay.
I'm very hot-headed.
Have you been on a lot of dates, number one? Just curious, just throwing it out.
Absolutely zero.
Oh. Fresh slate, never. Well, an ideal date for you, number two. Short circuiting again. Ideal date for your love to be. What is it?
I would take you roller skating. Because some people don't know how to do it, and it's a bit of fun when you can teach them. And they fall, and you can just help them up.
Very romantic damsel in distress situation, right? Man there to help her out. I see where you're going. Very traditional, all right.
I'm usually the one doing the saving, but that's it.
Well, we take that too. Kind of sounds like a Ken moment when he's like deep with the guitar in a Barbie. He's like, you just watch me, and then you can. I'd love to go with you though. Now, what's your ideal date? No.
I'd take you to see an MMA fight.
Ooh.
Best way to spend Friday night.
Whom would you take me to go see? Do you have a favorite?
Ronda Rousey.
Ooh.
I'll say about it.
So you're familiar with MMA fighting, Bachelorette? Is this something you're into?
It's my favorite.
I know a little bit about everything. Comes with the faculty that
We have such different variety here. This is gonna make it tough for our Bachelorette. So what else will help you make your decision?
Well, how about second or third date? You know, just things that we would do perhaps on a regular basis.
Well, hopefully on the first date, I would have asked you what you like to do and incorporate that into the next date.
That would be good.
Yes. Other than that, though, I wouldn't mind taking you on a few jobs with me because I think I could probably be useful to you. Hopefully, you could be useful to me with like the practically perfect in every way. I feel like we could get so much accomplished and we can make so much money. Beat a lot of bad guys up.
You have a lot of money motivation, which like, go get it, guys. Good for you.
Well, like number one said, I would ask you what you were interested in, but I would try to show you around some of my favorite places, just to like bond a little bit more. But definitely take you to one of my favorite burger places.
I do like a good burger, so I'll take you. But what about you? After MMA fighting, what comes next after something like that?
I could take you to this little bakery I know. We could split a carrot cake.
I love carrot cake.
Do you like a live cake?
What kind of question is that?
I have a lot of cake.
Which kind?
Whatever kind you want.
Versatile. Alright. Like it. A little sweet and then another sweet after that. Is this sounding good to you, Bachelorette? Or do you want to take this in a different direction? Change your
You could go in a different direction. You could do a nice little liaison, sweet little spice. You might know one of my signature phrases is spoonful of sugar, but that doesn't mean I'm vanilla. When you're helping the medicine go down. Is your approach to that more weighted toward the sugar, toward the spice, or somewhere in between?
So like, are you a tougher
Or however you choose to do it.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I am very, very spicy. My heat tolerance is very, very high. And I would hope that your heat tolerance is also very high.
Right.
But also, I'm not one to completely ignore my partners. I am absolutely used to meshing with somebody on the go and making magic happen between the two of us as needed.
As needed, madam.
Unfortunately, I just got a text from my teacher. There's a villain I need to go take care of, so I have to go. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll have to wait another day for Danky. Dang, well, this has never happened at a dating game before. We have a contestant drop out. How do you feel about that, Bachelorette? Do you feel torn? Or does this make it easier for you?
I would say the latter. Silver lining always.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, on to you, number 3, or I guess number 2 now. Moving up the ranks. Spicy or sweet?
I'm more spicy.
I figured.
I can be sweet though.
How so?
How so? Bachelorette wants to know.
Well, I suppose I can just ask my follow-up question. As follow-up duties, throw spoonful of sugar, makes medicine go down. Forget medicine, you go down.
The lines of
Cut to the chase.
Oh! Wow, that's might be that wrong in there.
I told you I can handle spice.
Wow. Whew. She's asking a lot of follow-up questions to number 2 here. Is that making you feel everyone?
I do feel the heat rising, yeah.
All right. Bachelorette, let's change this up again. What else do you need to know for the love of your life?
But I didn't hear the answers.
Oh, no. What was the last question? Spicy or sweet?
spicy.
And yes, and the Bachelor said, how do you mean? And then number 3 said, to the minds of Moria, which for you Lord of the Rings people, you know what that means. But otherwise, if you don't know, yes, that's very, 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 very deep and very, 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 very hot. And sometimes it's but also cool. Sometimes you get transformation out of episodes. Get out of the way, you know? You'll be a new person after. Change your life.
Was that question also aimed at contestant number 1 as well, or just a follow-up question for contestant number 3?
Whatever. They can answer what they want to answer.
Well, I guess in response, I have a lot of experience in going down, but I always come back up, if that makes any sense.
I am trying to figure that one out.
This lady likes detail. She wants descriptive.
I never explain anything, so somebody has.
Well, I'll be honest, since I've never had a date before, I've never really had those kind of experiences with anybody, so I'm a blank slate, which means you can mold me.
You get to take the B card.
I forgot that was important. But you can mold me in whatever direction you wish, and I have no experience whatsoever, so I'll just follow your lead. Whatever you say goes.
All right. I like the sound of that.
She does. Good, because I was getting a little caught up in interested in Anyway. How yourself? No. What do you have to say about yourself?
I can bench press you into any position.
Okay.
Right over there.
Just processing that.
Is that something that someone's done for you before, Bachelorette? Bench pressing you?
Not quite, no. No.
So you love new experiences, right?
That. It's
What else do we want to know about these lovers over here?
Well, I've been asking all questions that indirectly pertain to me and what I like, but I would like to know a little bit more about you. So, what do you like to do outside of work?
Well, first and foremost, I like to hang out with my friends. I love spending time with them. And my number one friend is my best buddy, who I mentioned earlier. He never leaves my side. And other than that, I really like to train because I like to get stronger so that I can protect all of my aforementioned friends. I don't like it when people mess with them.
So you're like a gym bro?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just coming out here to defend the besties? I
Absolutely.
love that.
I turn up the heat every day.
Must be something. Well, what about you, number two? We have to follow up.
I like to train too. Of course, I like to watch MMA. I like to hang out with my own friends, such as the pro hero Fox.
Oh, he's hot, so I don't blame you. I feel like there's got to be a like over here or something. Just like I also
MMA.
like those things.
Someone's feeling inspired.
Oh yes, my hero name was taken from a Japanese MMA fighter years ago.
I'm feeling a lot of your spare time is gonna be like watching this stuff on TV. Now, spare time. What else do you want to know about these guys and what they do in their lives?
Well, I'd also like to know, because I do value imagination, if you had to, say, work at another job, or what is your dream job? What would you ultimately like to do?
I would have to say that my dream job would be something that involves me eating a lot of food. And whatever that may be, and also reincarnating dragons.
So we went from food to reincarnation. Two very different things.
I used my imagination. There's no limits.
Well, I hope you will follow your dreams, because that might be a tough one. What about you, number two?
Well, I'm already working my dream job, but if I had to pick a different one, probably MMA fighter.
Wow, I feel like I know you both so well already.
This one is solid. Like, she knows her life. She's stable. And, pretty much just like excited about everything in life. Very different avenues. So, do you think you know who you're leaning toward yet, Bachelor, or do you need to know more?
I might need to know a little bit more.
Sure, take it away.
So. Okay, well, I suppose that I've asked enough questions such that I can be vulnerable to you. You know that I'm only practically perfect. I do have some flaws. For example, I am very vain. But who am I kidding? That's not a flaw. That's just having common sense. So, no, but I should really be honest with you all. It's hard to admit, but I am British. So, knowing this awful about me, I just want to know, will you be willing, given everything else you know about me, to let that slide?
I don't even know where that is.
Why not? We've literally colonized everywhere. That's what I'm sad about.
Well, at least she's sad about it. That's the important part.
Do you expect me to be happy? I'm a good witch.
In my experience, most witches and wizards are good, except for the ones that go into dark magic.
Well, obviously you can tell by my color palette that is decidedly not the case.
Unfortunately, they haven't seen you your beautifulness yet, my dear, so you're just so really mysterious. Also, are you a witch?
Or like say that. I mean, I am magic. I wouldn't quite call myself a witch, though.
So she's like a level 20 sorceress or something.
That's fantastic. So you're talking like an S-class wizard?
Yeah?
Yes.
S-class.
Cream of the crop, tip of the top. That.
Number 2, are you okay with this whole British thing?
Well, you see, I'm from 200 years in the future, and my people do not care about any history before the dawn of quarks. So I don't even know what Britain did.
Pages to you back.
I'm afraid to be flabbergasted, but still oddly relieved.
It's like good, but you're also concerned, like.
Yes. I think it's perfectly rational to be concerned. Okay. I love that for both of you. And building on that, if you're, feeling sufficiently comfortable, I don't want to put you on the spot, but would you be willing to be similarly vulnerable with me? What is, in your opinion, your fatal flaw?
She's gonna see something nice. She's like edging us very slowly. Flaws, guys, really open.
Yes. Well, I will be perfectly honest with you. I approach every single fight that I have as if there is no possible way for me to lose. But there has been one time where I was faced with an insurmountable force that was so powerful, I could not help but admit defeat. And in that moment, I was so grateful that he was on my side. He taught me the value of fear, and that sometimes fear can keep you alive.
Got real happy real fast.
Felt like pride for
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting to be hearing a whole philosophical treatment.
So your flaw is like, you're afraid sometimes?
I'm very bullheaded and I don't realize when I should be afraid, and then sometimes I'm working on it. Sometimes I realize that it's a little too much for me, and maybe I need to ask for help from my friends. I'm getting there.
Might sound more than you, but that might be good in some scenarios. What about yourself? Where's your pocket? Well, they are doing something over there. Hey, we're supposed to be having fun in here.
In my opinion, my worst flaw is that my left hook is a little weaker than my right. But I've been told by others that my biggest flaw is my refusal to work on a team.
And why do you refuse to work on a team?
Anyone who needs to depend on a team is only limiting themselves.
I don't really work on a team, so bad at this for you.
I don't know about you, number 1, but I feel a little awkward right now. I have a whole team, demon slayers over here, this one right there.
Exactly.
We're independent men. It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
Well, these two, oh yeah. The Bachelor and number 2, I'm feeling some vibes, like we're on the same page or something, but I could be wrong. We'll see where Bachelorette takes us for the next one.
Yes, Joe, you might be right. But I need to ask at least one more question.
Of course.
Before I do. So, you probably, if you've watched the movie, 1964 film, you probably know a little bit about my former partner. I won't lie, despite some differences between us, I confess I still carry a candle for him. So, okay, but I need to make you understand why, okay? Come here, please.
That was not expected.
Interesting.
That's the guy. I can take you.
Slash current flame?
Wait, I can eat the flame. If it's just a candle, I can eat that. That's easy.
I can bench press next time.
Break it to us easy, Bachelorette. What's going on here?
Well, as you can see, Brett measures up to glad company. So, all with that in mind, how would you feel about the trouble?
Oh, no, this is good. This is a better direction. Are you, into that?
I mean, I don't know what I'm into, but honestly, I'm used to everybody sharing everything in my guild anyways, so sure, I can take that. Not in a fight, I can take that.
Are you into the thruple, and are you into whatever this man's got going on over here?
Honestly. Are you trying to be desperate? Do you want to take my seat?
We have an empty seat over here.
You might as well at this point, since the X has entered the circle. Now, you want to say that again now that he's sitting next to you? What do you think about this man in regards to the thruple? I'd love to. Yeah, I could take him.
He couldn't take me.
Yeah, I was not expecting this. This is hilarious.
You haven't seen me on a horse, eh? I can take a bunny, no problem.
Are you sure about that?
What about a dragon?
Well, I don't know, Mary. You think we can arrange a trip to a dragon lair?
I think we could. Could you, Brett?
I think it'd be a nice, jolly holiday.
Just so you guys know, he's also British.
Yeah, I kind of came out of a wrong accent pool, though. Don't know really where this accent kind of came from, but, you know.
America. Did that like
I
try
don't
his
even know
best?
myself sometimes.
It wasn't very good.
So, you said your name is Bert. She already knows.
Yes, the appropriate name is Bartholomew. I'm sorry, Bartholomew. We don't pronounce the H's.
For good reason.
Yep.
Alright, well, what do you think about this whole shenanigan that your love has
Well-
kind of pulled you into?
Well, now that I've been pulled into it, I think it's only right to say that Mary Poppins is the cream of the crop, the tip of the top. What else to say? Although there are quite a few other names.
Excuse me?
I've Winnie and Prudence and Gwendolyn, set your old spinning things, delightful, modest, disarming, Janice, Felicity,
Is he
Olivia, Charming,
speaking
Winifred,
English?
Veronica, Millicent, Agnes, and Jane, Compendium, Company, Diamond again. Dorcas and Phyllis and Glynis are sorts, I all agree, every jolly good sports, but again, the cream of the crop, the tip of the top is Mary Poppins, and there I'll stop.
I think that's very
To answer your question in the audience, yes, that was English. And it's in English the name of every female in the entire country of Great Britain
Well, I mean,
that he's fornicated with.
Bachelorette, are you sure you want to?
3 of them were time and again. Unbelievable.
One of them's also one of our employers.
You got her all bent out of shape now. Are you sure you want
They are married.
You want to keep your ex involved in this? You don't sound too happy with him right now.
It's fine. It is what it is.
Are you sure you're okay with the throuple?
Mary
That
doesn't,
wasn't up for debate.
Mary doesn't like to share very much.
Since when do you speak with the Bachelorette?
Quite right. I would answer that
When
for
I take care of her kids when they come crying to me.
This has to be a
For the record, he does not
I
mean
know
my
he says
biological
black, so it's
children.
blood.
He does not mean my biological children. He means staying in Who are my charges?
Well, you see, when you take them on the rooftops through the chimneys. But
You
then
take
again,
That
Rooftops
sounds
through
but then
like
again,
Yes.
they voluntarily joined me.
Oh,
Oh, surely.
alright. Sure, just love it to me.
Yeah,
You know, when you go on a dangerous mission, you have to tell the children they can't go with you, right? Sometimes you
See, I
have to
was
like.
raised by nobody, so nobody told me that.
You should join that guild. Then you'll
explains
All right, let's go.
Yeah, good visions.
So this has actually turned into us, the contestants getting together and not with the Bachelorette.
Oh no, I'm still great, dude.
Oh.
You're just joining my guild, dude. You're joining the family.
Are you like on board with what you just said? Is that true? Doesn't seem like your type. You do better. Look at the pinstripes. She's shiny.
Can you complain?
Eyelashes.
Listen, I may not have a job, I may not have a lot of prospects, but I love to laugh.
Laugh won't pay the rent, my dude. Anyway, since our bachelorette has like
Not
changed
so
again, I want to know, how about you guys ask her a question to finish this off? What do you want to know about this complicated perfect lady?
Only practically.
Only practically.
Well, if we were to go on a mission together, what do you think the mission would be like? What role would you play?
Oh, well, magic user attacker, of course. Don't be ridiculous. Level 20 sorcerer.
So you're saying we could take on a 100-year quest?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. Oh no, it's 100 years because it hasn't been completed in 100 years.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, not
That's
that it
what
would
we're
take
saying.
100 years. Yeah,
All right. I'm like, that's fine.
we'll be the first ones.
Immortal.
Amen.
You already know this one,
Oh,
so
I
I
know her.
don't think you should be able to ask her a question. Unless you know something you want to say. Just about this entire scenario.
Just know by the end of this, she leaves when the wind changes, so she's not permanent.
Flaky, huh?
You know, I can't control that. It's how the
I
magic
don't know,
works.
sometimes it's
Don't be a
convenient
prat.
to be able to. The wind doesn't determine a lot of things these days.
Sounds like they have a dry spell going on. What do you want to ask our bachelorette?
The carrot or the stick?
Depends on the situation. But I'm generally more weight towards a spoonful of sugar, I suppose, so I guess the carrot.
Well, I hope that gave you some insight. She's very mysterious. Do you know this problem a lot? Yeah, Mr. Kendall.
Well, you see, there's not much about Mary Poppins that I don't know. But there is
You
one
better keep
thing.
your mouth shut.
There is one thing I need to know. Mary, what's your actual height? What's your actual height? I need to know these things. Height matters in some cases.
Okay, very well.
It's okay.
Take my measure.
All that sugar's got.
You already know it.
Height,
Since you know
size,
everything about me.
Here. Just gonna make you do that next.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just do it myself, as usual. See? Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. That is my height.
Yeah, but what's that convert to in inches? I'm sorry, we're on the metric system.
Honey, your voice isn't on the metric system.
As a chimney sweep, I've been burned before, but that one was.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Real good. Now, with all the information that has been thrust before us, Bachelorette, I think you have an idea in mind of what you want. You are a lady that knows what you want. here, maybe that will solidify your choice or change your mind. So, audience, I put my hand above the head of this lovely contestant. Sorry, if you can't see up there, I'll try to put my hand up. You cheer if you want them to go off with Miss Mary. So, how about number 1? Straw Hat over here. Number 2. What about number 3? Well, it sounded pretty even for number 1 and 2. So, Bachelorette, it's your time to make a fun decision.
Yes, and.
Excuse me, what?
1 and 2. You can do that, right?
I guess that's up to you guys.
Well, that depends on one final question that I have.
Okay.
For Mr. Hasher over there,
Yes.
would you be willing to go on a date with me?
All right, Mary. So he has chosen his fate, and so I suppose you can see now what you lost out on. A prize of However, we will show you as well your other contestant that you missed out on today, the lovely Mirko. Sorry, Maybe.